Have you ever felt lost, alone, or unsure where your life was heading? That's exactly where we find Jacob in Genesis 28. He's on the run, not on a mission. After deceiving his brother Esau, Jacob is forced to leave home. He's alone in the wilderness, far from comfort, far from family, and perhaps feeling far from God. Yet it's right there, in his lowest moment, that God gives him a dream that changes everything. This passage reminds us that God often meets us when we least expect it, and in places we never imagined.
I am the Lord, the God of Abraham your father and the God of Isaac. The land on which you lie I will give to you and your descendants.
God assures Jacob that his descendants will spread across the earth and that through him all families will be blessed. God also gives a deeply personal promise.
Behold, I am with you and will keep you wherever you go.
Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it.
God meets us in our wilderness. Jacob didn't find God in a temple or altar. He found him in the middle of nowhere, using a stone for a pillow. This shows us that God's presence isn't limited to sacred places. He meets us right where we are, in our confusion, guilt, and loneliness. When life feels uncertain, or when we've made mistakes, we might think we've gone too far for God to reach us. But Jacob's story says the opposite. God meets us in our wilderness to remind us we are never out of his reach. For the youth, this means God's love isn't just in church. It's in your classroom, your home, your quiet moments of fear or doubt. For adults, it's in your workplace stress, your family struggles, your personal battles. God is still there. The ladder points to Jesus. The ladder that Jacob saw wasn't just a symbol, it was a prophecy. In John 1:51, Jesus tells Nathanael,
"You will see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." Jesus was saying, "I am the ladder."
He is the connection between heaven and earth, the bridge between God and humanity. Through Jesus, we don't need to climb up to God by our own efforts. He came down to us. Jacob saw a ladder. We see the cross. Both are God's way of saying, "I'm making a way for you." This truth invites us to trust Jesus not just as Savior, but as our daily connection to heaven. Every prayer, every act of faith, every cry for help, it goes up that ladder to a listening God. God's promise is personal and permanent.
I am with you and will keep you wherever you go.
Jacob didn't earn that promise. It was grace. God was showing Jacob that his covenant love wasn't based on perfection, but on relationship and promise. Even though Jacob was flawed, God was faithful. That's the same with us. No matter where we are, in success or failure, God's presence goes with us. His promises don't depend on how good we are, but on how faithful He is. Our response, worship and surrender.
This is none other than the house of God.
When we realize God's presence in our lives, the natural response is worship, not just through songs, but through surrender. Like Jacob, we can turn our ordinary moments into altars. Our homes, our classrooms, our workplaces, wherever we recognize God's presence. Jacob started this chapter running from his past, but he ended it walking with a promise. When life feels uncertain or when you feel alone, remember Jacob's dream. God is closer than you think. Heaven is open to you through Jesus. His promises are still true today. So tonight, when you lay your head down, whether your pillow feels like a stone or a soft place, know that God can meet you there. May you, like Jacob, awaken to say, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go." Genesis 28:15.